So hello guys and welcome back. So Eldraine, Wilds of Eldraine was initially released in the official last night or probably early this morning Philippine time via Twitch stream, and then an after show of a quiet panel discussion of the new cards in between the mechanics, and also discussion on how its card design was created and was modified. And one of the new cards of the coming set that I've probably caught my attention, in which we're going to have as a feature for this video's standard deck, is this card, which is not this one, it's Hilda of the Icy Crown. So this is one of the new legendary creatures of the blue-white colors. It's 4 to cast, mana cost. It is a human warlock, and then its ability that whenever you tap an untap creature and opponent controls, you may pay 1 colorless or 1 of any mana. If you do, you can choose all of these or one of these options depending on the situation. You can create a 4/4 white and blue elemental creature token. You can put a counter, that's basically a subset counter on each creature you control, or you can just cry to then draw a card. So any given situations, once that this condition has been specified, you can basically get the most value out of these those three options that you can choose, but in particularly just giving you board advantage and card advantage in particular. So with that main strategy, I've decided to do a quick deck for that build, in which we're still going to use the Azorious colors, and we call this one as the Azorious Tappers. That's quite beta version 1. So it is posting in the arcade deck. It is not yet facilitated or not yet in their database of these new cards of that of Hilda. And so we also have an option here to add, and this one is the version of Shari of Numbing Depths. This is an uncommon Merfolk Wizard, also of the Azorious colors, that with aligned with Hilda's ability that can tap target creature and opponent controls and putting a stun counter on it. With an option also that whenever you tap one or more untap creatures your opponent's control, you can draw a card and only trigger once. But nevertheless, this build is particularly aligned to be very beneficial in having these triggers, and also having Shari entering the battlefield that can also gain you board advantage. So again, there's Tappers beta version. So we have 4 artifacts, that is vehicles, which in the form of high-speed hover bike, 3 enchantments with wedding announcement, 13 creatures, 6 instants with the form of counter spells, which can also tap creatures, and 23 lands along with the support of 3 sorceries and 3 planeswalkers. So we're going to start with the creature component. First up with the 1 mana cost of Gavoni Trapper. So this is just basically a 1-drop, just going early in the curve, and can be a good fodder later on to satisfy the ability. We're just paying 2 to tap right creature. Early on, it's not really that of a threat, but with the build of this one, you can just basically have this one get you the advantage in the mid game. So that's 3 copies. We also have 4 copies of Resolute Reinforcements. Just also coming up the board will be your still one of your main strategy in the deck. We also have support cards with Saiba Cryptomancer and the Butal Qatar. So Saiba is again one way to protect the Hilda with the ability to pay 2 to flash in and give it Hexproof with a backup ability by putting a counter on the creature. And Butal Qatar is just also a solid removal for a creature opponent controls, and also a Daybound and Nightbound benefit. Now for the other creature that can get you to Tapper is the Chrome Prowler from Brightshaw LB1. This is a 3 to cast 3 to flash that enters the battlefield. You may tap target creature and opponent controls. So not only to go combat tricks, but goes with a curve for the 3-drop, and also gets you the benefit of, again, for the main reason to trigger the ability of that build. Now for your support in terms of this high-speed hover bike, as why I've chosen this one. It has also its ability that when enters the battlefield, you can tap up to 1 target creature. It has flash, which means that you can still open up mana for your counter spell, and end of turn you can just flash in with this one. And also the benefit is that it can be crew for only one. So given that you have some of the several one-powered creatures here, including the token of the wedding announcement, you can just crew hover high-speed hover bike to attack for 2 in the air, and later on can also become a good evasive threat and can deal early damage if needed. And with that, with the wedding announcement, again, it's still a support enchantment that can generate creatures in the form of human tokens, and also get you draw a card whenever you attack with 2 or more creatures, and later on an anthem effect with the wedding festivity. So with that setup, we go with the removal and counter spell. So removal in the term of runic shot. This is just aligning again with the ability of that of Hilda's trigger, wherein whenever you tap a creature, untap creature your opponent controls, you can get to have those abilities activated. And so, given that there are tap already, you can just pay 1 to destroy those tap creatures, or if you have extra mana, you can just pay the extra kicker for 1 and scry 2, so you can also hasten up your draws and discard or get rid of those extra lands. And the support with that removal is the 3 copies of the Wandering Emperor. So again, multiple value out of this Planeswalker because its ability that can exile target a creature and gain 2 life. You can also generate 2/2 white Samurai Trigger tokens or additional gum up the board. You can also gain card or board combat advantage with the Pismosan counter and having their target creature first strike at the end of turn. In that instant or flashy Planeswalker, we also have 6 counter spells here with Protected Negotiators, which can also create a soldier token with a kicker cost, and which run counter target spell unless its controller pays 1 for each creature you control. And of course, Ursa's Rebuff. That is the solid 3 mana cost hard counter spell. And you can also have this combat tricks in times that there are several creatures from your opponent's board that can just tap up to 2 target creatures, and also have Hilda's trigger satisfied. With that setup, that's basically 37 in total. That means we have 4 copies of Hilda, and this is 4 copies, and we have basically 1 or 2 copies of Shari to go for the total of 37 non-land spells. And that for the land is pretty much basic. Now with the standard, we have several mana fix here in the form of Pain lands, of Darker Waste, slow lands with a certain beach, of course, channel lands, Iganju. Basic islands are also added, and we also decided to add Mirex so that we can also have a late game board advantage with creating these Operation Might artifact creature tokens. Another channel land in the form of Otawara, Soaring City, and Plains, and lastly Seacrom Coast for fast lands fix, and also Tranquil Grove. That's 2 copies to also go with the blue-white, but not necessarily you can also get rid of this, since the only drawback here is that it will come to play tap, and at times may also affect your creature curve. And last but not the least, we get to check what will be our mana curve. Okay, that's basically very low with only 2.38. That's between 2 and 3 mana cost. 2 we have 11 in total, and for 3 mana value that's 12. And the color distribution is pretty much the same, 15 for blue and 20 for white, but the producers are pretty much even. Blue is 19 and also the same for white. Last but not the least, our tokens. We have several of these. Human token from the wedding announcement, of course, Mirex, generation of Operation Might, Samurai token from the Emperor, and also Soldier token from the Resolute Reinforcements. Overall, this deck would looking to be like a blue-white soldiers deck, but it goes mid-game with a lot of card advantage that being done with the ability of the Hilda that can basically, whenever you tap your opponent's creatures, you can basically just resolve 1 of your creatures or 1 of their lesser creatures that you can basically tap during its turn, gain advantage of Hilda's ability, and just counter or heavy do a spot removal for their bigger creatures with this tap creature destroy effects. I guess that's about it for this deck tech. Again, we call this one as the Azorious Toppers beta version. We got again Hilda and the Charade of Numbing Depths, our main card from the Wilds of Eldraine set. If you have any idea that is quite relevant or similar build out of this deck archetype that we are proposing now for the new standard, just let me know in the comments below what you think. You can have a good discussion about this and also share our insights as to what would be the best value cards that can also be added. And of course, we are open to improve this one as more of the Wilds of Eldraine card spoilers are released in the following days and weeks. Again, guys, that's about it for this one. Again, Beta Toppers tech for standard. If you like more of this content, just like subscribe, notifications bell on, so you can also have a few more of the techs for Wild of Eldraine standard MMB. Even we can cover for Pioneer and other older formats in the game. Again, guys, thank you for checking this video and see you in the next one.